Los Angeles is hitting a rough patch when it comes to housing costs, which will scare a lot of people. It's tough seeing rent prices shoot up, making it difficult to just live in this amazing city.
We've lost this house, and we don't think that we'll ever be able to be in a house again.
It's been terrible. We've been bouncing from Airbnb to Airbnb, and we're looking for a place to rent, but everyone else is too.
And with the recent news, rent has been spiking.
Mansion listed this weekend for $29,500 a month. That's up from $15,900 when it was last listed in September.
Landlords are jacking up rent by as much as 124%.
We maybe take some money, but enjoy your jail time after. That's what I said to those people.
Make sure that they understand this, and the message is absolutely clear. They will be arrested, they will be prosecuted, and they will be punished to the full extent of the law.
But even with all these challenges, there is still good news. Being a native Angelino myself, I know that LA bounces back even stronger and finds creative solutions through its community efforts. And in this video, we're going to be looking at both of the tough parts and the hopeful solutions that keep the city shining. The rental landscape in LA is now tougher than ever. Currently, an average one-bedroom apartment goes for about $2,400 a month. And in desirable neighborhoods such as Santa Monica or West Hollywood, the prices for rent are going to be much more if you want to live in a place that is decently nice. The recent wildfires have caused housing and rent demand to skyrocket, and a lot of landlords are taking advantage of the downfall of many residents, increasing some of the rental prices as high as 124%. And working in the real estate space in LA myself, I've seen this firsthand. California's law caps rent at an increase of 10%, so many of these landlords will be getting served lawsuits in the coming months because what they're doing is completely unlawful and unethical. And these boundaries are set to protect the residents, but because so many have been left without housing, enforcing this law is definitely becoming a challenge. And I know a lot of people in the real estate space are coming together to actively point out some of these landlords and take them down with a lawsuit in the future.
Someone was asking in Altadena $4,500, and then the next day it was $6,000 when they couldn't get $4,500 a month previously.
There's over 2,000 units just on this list of people who had different prices late December, and now they are higher in January.
Right now, by law, building and property owners cannot raise the price of rent by more than 10%.
I sent a client to a property that was asking $13,000 a month. He offered $20,000 a month because there were so many people at the house. He offered to pay 6 months in advance, and the landlord came back and asked for $23,000 a month.
And even buying a home in LA is still as difficult as renting can be. The median home price sale in Los Angeles is about $940,000. And for example, the average price point in Altadena that got completely destroyed is about $1.3 million. And these are just regular 3-bedroom homes, just your average everyday working person in LA. And in the Palisades, the average home price is just under $4 million. So they're completely losing multi-million dollar homes over there. Some factors like high land costs and strict building regulations have contributed to making this new housing development both challenging and very expensive moving forward. Housing supply is critically low for the demand as well. But one unique thing is that there is a silver lining with the emergence of accessory dwelling units, or ADUs. These units are becoming a vital solution for many people as of late, offering more affordable housing and providing homeowners an extra way for some passive rental income. So if you're willing to live in an ADU attached to a home or a guest house potentially, it can be a win-win for short-term housing on both sides. So with the difficulty finding housing these days, there's obviously a lot of zoning laws that take place, which could make it easier to build multifamily units.
But the opportunity that might come from the rebuilding might be, if we're open to changes in our zoning laws, making some neighborhoods, well, at least more amenable to more families coming in.
But when you are initially living in a single family home, it is definitely harder to feel like you're downgrading to an apartment and live in a multifamily structure. Unless that multifamily structure is very modern and feels super new, but there is something just about having your own house, having your own yard, space, a driveway, a garage, that is different than living in an apartment building. But I don't know, some people do prefer to live in apartment buildings, especially if you have good management, everything is taken care of, you don't have to pay out of pocket when something breaks down in your home. But when it comes to living in any of these apartments, you do have to earn about about 2.5 to 3 times the monthly rent. So just for the average $2,500 a month home or apartment, that person or family that's moving in has to be bringing in at least $7,500 just to move in. And that doesn't account for all the other expenses that you might have, not just utilities, but food, groceries, insurance. We're not even going to talk about insurance today. There's just so many more factors when it comes to the affordability of renting a place. And a lot of these landlords won't even verify that these residents can actually afford the rent that they're going to be paying. They would just rather fill their pockets with a little bit more money. But moving forward, the real estate market is obviously unpredictable, and that's what I think this lesson tells us. We would not have known for the prices to be skyrocketing because of this natural disaster situation. Now buyers and renters have to really weigh out the different options. Think about the pros and cons in their situation. Should they rebuild their home? Should they just buy another single family home? Should they move into an apartment that's not as nice? Or should they completely leave Los Angeles, move down to Orange County, maybe Palm Springs, which we've seen a lot of our clients, friends, people in LA are doing? When you lose your home and you lose everything, there are just so many options. What would you do in this situation if your house burns down and you absolutely lose everything, but the rental market is impossible to find something, the housing market is too expensive, you don't have family in the area? What really is there to do now? I want to hear you. Let me know down in the comments, because this truly is a rare scenario that does leave thousands and thousands of people homeless in Los Angeles. It is mind-boggling to think that this is even taking place with the current situation.
I have 2 closets full of clothes. I don't need all that. I used to have like 4 sets of dishes, dinner dishes. I don't need that. Come on, Louie, let's go.
Judkins says at nearly 90, she didn't expect to live that much longer. But now she's inspired to rebuild her home sustainably and to support her community.
I want to start again, and I don't know how many years, even if I get 1 year of enjoying that home again. I'm thinking that when I go, whoever gets my house will live happily there.
It's tough to see these rent prices just skyrocket because it's going to be a little more rare to see them drop down. So although there might be a lot of challenges when it comes to housing and rent out here, it also offers opportunities. And I do like people that put a positive spin and have an optimistic view no matter what their situation. Obviously, it is very devastating to lose your home, lose all of your belongings, all of your memories, and it's going to take a couple of days or even weeks to grieve from that situation. But once you move past it, truly look forward and think about what is ahead of you, because as long as you're still standing, there are ways to get past it, and starting over can be exciting at times. But this is a city that can adapt and adjust to whatever happens, and this will slow down eventually. It will not be like this forever. There won't be landlords price gouging, and this also does bring awareness to the situation. Some people didn't even know what price gouging or that skyrocketing the rent over 10% was even illegal. But this does educate everyone about the real estate market, the housing market, the rental out here in general, and all over the country. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about this whole situation going on. It is crazy to just see day by day everything change in the real estate space, housing, rent, and it's also very unfortunate that some people are taking advantage. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below. I'll see you next time.